Well, morning to everybody. We're just packing the caravan up. Hubby's just dismantling the bed at the front. We only use it in the evenings when we're watching TV, because it's a bigger TV rather than the small one. Sometimes we watch the small one in bed. It depends on how I feel at the time. Obviously, when our son comes, he uses this bed, but he hasn't come at all this year, has he?
At all?
No, not at all.
No, he hasn't, has he?
No. So, yeah, in a minute, if I remember, I will show you our DVD collection, what we keep in the caravan, and this case, which I failed to show you when I was doing my cleaning video, and I just got to make our bed here. Although hubby normally makes this one because he does a better job of it than I do. Don't you, me darling?
Yes.
Not sure if we're going to be doing much video, and I say that every time when we're leaving. It's just that we've got to go to Sywell as well for the gentleman in his team to look at our caravan, because we want some work doing, and hopefully he may be able to give us an estimate how much it's going to cost. So I'm going to get on so we can get packed up. We've had our drinks, we've had breakfast, so now we're on our way to getting sorted out. Right, so do excuse any noises in the background because we are sort of packing up the caravan, but I want to quickly show you this before it goes under the seat at the front. This actually came a good many years ago. We've had it now, I think this is the second caravan we've had this in. This was, I believe, 1999 from Maplins. We've got the bigger box type case ones at home. I think they were $24.99, also from Maplins. But what we do is we regularly sort it out every year. But normally the favourites do stay in that we can watch over and over again. One of hubby's favourites is the Da Vinci Code. So, and they're sort of, there's a majority of different types of DVDs in here. Not horror so much, but action movies, comedies, and some kiddie ones as well. And as I say, ones that we like watching over and over again, they're the ones that tend to stay in here, like Night in the Museum, the Charlie's Angels ones, Tomb Raiders, Bad Boys, and things like that, Miss Congeniality. And I do have them sort of sorted in rough categories, like the congenialities of this together, like the Vin Diesels are together and things like that. And then we've got the Sandra Bullocks. We did watch Speed 1 and 2 this weekend, so yeah. And I do like watching the two Sherlock Holmes. As I said, they're sort of in categories. We've got the Expendables there and the Mummies, just some of our viewing that we like. Hubby did watch The Matrix. As I said, a lot of them tend to be ones that you can just put in the player. We use our PlayStation 4 to play DVDs or Blu-rays. We've got all the Twilights there, but you get the idea, and diehards. So, as I said, all in different sort of categories. And then right at the end, in the last category, I have got sort of chick flicks there, and then we do have a few sort of animation type ones, especially when our granddaughter used to come with us. So that's the case. So I thought I'd quickly show you that before it gets put away. It is really heavy, that's the problem. And some DVDs that we don't watch regularly or we've lost interest, then they get swapped out, and then another DVD can go in its place. Right, I've packed the case. It's just mostly my Kindle in there, those craft pieces got from the range, my lounge jumper, or one of them. As I said, I like to be nice and snug, especially as the winter comes on in our caravan. And also medication, if I didn't say. There's not an awful lot that's got to go back. This is our catch-all that I have in the front of the caravan. It's also got Live More, Worry Less, which is actually a log of our trips. It's the travel journal. That came from Wilco's. So when we're travelling, that actually stays in the wardrobe. I do take everything off the coat hangers, as I said. I'm leaving my lounge set here because we're hoping to come again in a fortnight's time, and that just goes in there. It's only because I take the coat hangers off because they start, you know, sort of knocking against the wood when we're travelling. So the bathroom is just about been done. So I got all the products off, and then the 2 bags go in there that's got the water and the waste bottles. We don't use them on the farm, but they are stored outside with a bit of water in so they don't blow, because we do have super pitchers here and we run off mains and everything. And if I can just show you out the window, this is what I mean. That's also the piping there, down there, for the water, and the waste goes straight in there like our neighbours does. So hubby's just sorting everything out, and I've just got to transfer the laundry over to that bag. I've got pretty much everything ready, and that bag always stays on the floor while we're travelling. And then I actually you know, empty the fridge when we get back to the lockup. That's just a bit of rubbish there. So that's that. There's hubby. As I said, we're going to make a move. I'm going to get the car loaded. It's usually my job because I know exactly how everything goes. That way I know what is missing. I have a way of putting everything in the car. There is extra bags because, like this one, I was planning to do an early on my plan. That's all my planner stuff, but I never bothered because I did that Christmas card, and then that's all got glue and everything in, because I didn't want to bring my big craft bag because it would have to stay in the car most of the time when it's not in use, due to the fact it is quite big, as you've seen. That's just some you know, perishable pieces that we're going to take back. So I'm going to get that emptied so I can get that collapsed and get the car loaded. I have mentioned these a number of times. This is really good. We use this as the laundry bin. This is the second or third one we've had actually, and they collapse so small and when it's not in use. And we used to use these for the boys' cuddly toys, and I think when they were little and everything. Brilliant for storage, and when it's not used, it doesn't take you know, much room. You can collapse it, leave it in a cupboard, leave it under your bed, whatever, in a wardrobe, but it's there. And these are really good when you're sorting pieces out. I've used these before. I need to get some more actually, because I had them in different categories, you know, what I was keeping, what I was getting rid of, what I was donating. And the thing is about these is that if for any reason you have to stop and you've had like 3 bins like these, it doesn't look such a mess as having stuff all over the floor. So I have used them for organisation as well when I'm actually organising, if that makes sense. So definitely a thumbs up. So last minute pieces that we need to take into the car is like the Siggy stuff, his hat, phone. Obviously my phone would be there, but I'm using it. That's just the paperwork from the lockup from paying. That is the little pad that I use to write down what I've left in the caravan. Usually have a bottle of water or Pepsi Max or both, not that we're travelling very far. Then I've got my set of car keys for both cars. There was a comment about me driving. I used to drive everywhere, and one of the cars is mine, but I don't tend to drive. I've lost my nerve a bit. Hubby's trying to encourage me to actually get behind the wheel again, and the gentleman that passed or got our son through his driving is offered to take me out on the road, but I've put it off and off and off. And then obviously hubby's wallet, because we've got halfway home and found out that he's left his wallet, so I've put everything there. I've just got to put the laundry in the car, and I've used, yeah, it's in my bag, and I use it as a filing system near enough in the car, as you can see. and then I just put the laundry in there. We are wearing our thick fleeces at the moment, although it's not too bad, but we were quite warm and toasty this morning and didn't want to catch a chill. So this is what I mean by my filing system for the clothes, and then the big fleeces just go up the back. That's the drill for the legs, just so it's easily accessible. Then any shopping, if we haven't got a granddaughter or anything, even then we like to leave the car seat obviously free. We just put any shopping or anything that we've got on the back seat, and then the coat bag goes there once it's in lockup and I've emptied the fridge. So that's where we store the waste and water in those barrels there, and I've just got to put the lock down to hold the shower door so it doesn't budge when we're travelling. So we're about there now. Everything is nearly secure. Just got the TV to go into the mattress. That's a solar panel that goes in the window. It just tops up the battery when we're not using it, so we can use the motor mover, because if the motor mover is sort of flat, we can't easily get it in and out of lockup. It is possible, but it's just, you know, a bit of a hassle. And then the last things I've got is my book, my can, and my bag, and hubby has put the wing mirrors on and warming the car up ready to tow. Hubby's just checked the cabin, as I call it. You know the drill. The TV is in the mat, you know, sort of between the quilt and the mattress with the oven gloves. Never had a problem, worked out well. When we're travelling, we always have the blinds up and that door closed. And I think that's about it. I'm just going to get myself and my bag to the car, and then we can hitch up. Gas off.
Yes.
Roof lights all closed.
It's open.
Didn't we open them at all?
No.
No, and the cabin's secure, isn't it? So it's just doing the final checks, and then we can get the legs up. And as I said, we have our routines. We've both got our jobs to do, so you know, it is pretty quick now. We know what we need to do, when we need to do it, and we just work well together, don't we, darling? It's even better when it doesn't rain when you're doing this, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Even better when the sun's out though.
Yes.
A bit depressing because you don't want to go away.
No. So you've got the engine warming up. Hubby does not like to tow on a cold engine. So there we are. And there's his cows over in that field there. Say this site is sort of in the middle of his farm. So it's all hitched up now. The safety chain's on, so I'm just going to check the lights. As I said, that's what that other connection was, but it's always nice to double check that everything is okay.
What are you doing? Is that gonna be? Say something, you're on camera. What was that?
Fiddlestick!
No, that's not what you said before. What was it?
Fiddlestick!
No, that was not fiddlesticks.
Included bloopers.
Look at that concentration.